you have this double bottom here, which is very, it's very indicative. It's indicative of a big move, typically, right? A bottom signal when you have these double bottoms. And what's interesting about this double bottom is you not only have a double bottom, but you have strong bullish divergence with the double bottom. It's unconfirmed because your K and D lines have yet to cross right here. Right? Let's get the... Right? These lines have yet to cross. But once they do, that's confirmed bullish divergence, and we should see that big move up as a result. Right? Now, people say, yeah, sure, you can get a move up, but it may just be another move up like this, right? Yeah, it may be, or it may not be. It may be a much bigger move, right? So there's no 100% certainty, but according to our larger time frame analysis, we go out on the weekly. I'm not going to go over that all now, right? Because, that's not necessarily the stream for this, but if you zoom out on the weekly, you count your Elliott waves, you count this consolidation reversal, it's very likely that the next move up is your move out, okay? Once you start going up, you don't stop. Obviously, you find resistance here, you consolidate, and you go back up, okay? And what's really cool about this is you can see it throughout the market. Bitcoin is not always the first mover, especially in a big uptrend, right? Where Bitcoin dominance is tanking, right? What does that mean? That means, right, this right here is telling you very, very, very strongly. Here, let's make this even more right here on the daily time frame, right? So on the daily time frame, you can see a massive head and shoulders, which is typically a bearish pattern. And again, these head and shoulders, inverse head and shoulders patterns do not confirm until the neckline is broken. So you need to move beyond 40%, maybe to 39% and beyond to confirm this, but it's very likely at this point to confirm, okay? Once you break this, then, you don't stop until you hit 23%. We looked at this before on the channel. This is telling you, like Bitcoin dominance tanking is telling you that other assets are moving. Alts are moving and Bitcoin has yet to move. And don't expect Bitcoin to lead the charge on this next bull run. It's going to be alt season like you've never seen it before, because it just makes sense. Fundamentally speaking, there are more and more other viable assets with a lot of capital in them. People believe in Ethereum. People believe in what's it called? Damn it, Atom, Cosmos, right? People believe in a lot of other things besides Bitcoin, right? The market has matured. Cryptocurrencies and digital assets have matured in such a way that you have big players who put big money in non-Bitcoin projects, even though they still may have a lot of investment in Bitcoin. They have investment all over the place. That's why Bitcoin's market dominance in general is tanking. So when you see big movers, you're going to see as the market matures, it's not always going to be Bitcoin that leads to charge. And maybe there will be a day where we no longer look at Bitcoin to understand what the market's doing as we do now, right? But that day is not yet come, because Bitcoin still has, it still has the largest market share of all of the digital assets, right? 40%. But if you think about it, altcoins versus Bitcoin, altcoins are bigger than Bitcoin right now because market dominance is at 40%, right? So that means 60% of all cryptocurrencies are not Bitcoin. The 60% of all of the, let me make that more clear. 60% of all of the capital, all of the market capitalization in crypto is not ascribed to Bitcoin, is not invested in Bitcoin, right? So then it makes it a little more challenging for us as analysts to understand where the market's going. You don't always look at Bitcoin. So when I'm saying, hey, the market's bouncing, people see it and say, hey, Bitcoin's stuck on 20K. Dean, you lied. Not necessarily, my friends, right? just understand this market isn't the market that it was 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 3 years ago even. It's different, right? And we can see it. We don't have to speculate. We can see it in the figures. So guys, let me know. Is the sound okay? Am I too loud? Is the music too loud? Please let me know, because again, this setup is a bit new. So I just want to make sure I'm not like drowning my voice out with the music, or the music's not too loud and annoying, or my voice isn't too loud. So please let me know how the sound is. Just a quick sound check on your end. All right, let's continue. If I'm gonna assume everything's okay until I hear from you in the comments. All right. So the premise, the whole title of this live stream, and I'm gonna try and make it quick because I have other things to do, but I'm excited. Okay, I've waited many days, many weeks, many months, just as you have, for this big move, right? I've accumulated all of these positions to the long side, right? Some spot positions, some margin leverage positions, to trade Bitcoin and other currencies to go up. Okay, some of my coins have already started moving. Some of my assets have started moving, like Litecoin. Litecoin, you see, there's some movement. It also had a strong bullish divergence on the daily time frame that I talked about in yesterday's daily update. And you can see here, it's confirmed with this cross, right? See, here you're making a lower low in price action. And then in our Stochastic Rsi indicator, you made a higher high and you're crossing that. So it's likely that this move not just, result in a little bit, but continue to the upside and break this 107-day now consolidation reversal pattern that you can see right here. Okay, let's pull out our regression trend real quick. Here's what we're talking about. Here's what we're looking at. 107 days of chop. Okay, but we can read this on this channel. Yeah, let's turn off the log scale just to make sure everything's looking good, and it is. Okay, but we can read this here. Okay, we read this as big A, we read that as big B. That's our first degree of consolidation reversal. We read this as a small a, okay? And then we read that flat correction. That's slanted, by the way. That's a running flat correction, which is mega bullish, right? See, do you see that? So typically in Elliott wave theory, your flat corrections are parallel. They're parallel and they're kind of flat, right? That's why they call them flat corrections, right? You can have, what do they call them? Extended flat corrections or what? I don't even know the terminology right now. But a flat correction where your B wave's kind of running above the A wave, that's actually really common, okay? And then you have these flat corrections that go something like this sometimes, where it's an exaggerated C wave. And you have your running flat, which is exceedingly rare, which is what you see here in Litecoin, where it's so bullish that your flat correction is slanted. You both got a running B wave, and then your C wave did not even meet the end of the inflection point here with your A wave before turning around. This is what you have in Litecoin. And we know why Litecoin is bullish technically, because if you zoom out on the monthly time frame, you can see Litecoin is one of the only assets that's been in a leading diagonal its entire existence. So it's going to print an extended fifth wave impulse, okay? So we know we've expected Litecoin to be bullish. It printed this bullish divergence on the daily time frame. It's gone, okay? That started moving. It's in its alt season 2022. We're expecting big things from Litecoin. We're long on Litecoin, mega long, okay? That's moved. What else has moved? Ravane has started moving, okay? But Ravane is kind of very, what's the word? It's very volatile, okay? Moves up a lot, moves down a lot. But I do believe if you look in the smaller time frames, actually let's look at the Stochastic Rsi. Let's look at what we're seeing here. Yeah, Ravane is kind of like Litecoin, putting in that strong bullish divergence on the daily time frame, okay? Here we're just looking at these indicators right here. Like the Stochastic Rsi is a great momentum indicator, one of the best indicators to look at divergences with, right? Stochastic Rsi. Very simple, cut and dry. Either you have it or you don't. Okay. RSI is not bad, but Stochastic Rsi, I believe, in my estimation, is even better for divergences. Okay, let's turn this off for a second. This is a magnet, and as you can see here, lower low on price action, higher high on the Stochastic Rsi indicator on the daily time frame. You have this is a double bottom on the daily time frame. Expect this to go up, and again, you've been in this long-standing range that has lasted 107 days or so, right? Where's my regression trend? Here it is. Found it, right? It's lasted forever. And now you're finally looking to threaten not only the top, but to finally break it. So I think that you're going to find some resistance at this point, right? I already pointed this out in my chart. You see you have this trend line right here. It's confluent with the top of this range. It's almost, a given that you're going to find resistance at 0.00269 thereabouts. You're going to consolidate and then pop up and out. The bull run continues. But just to let you guys know, like, yes, stuff has moved. It's not much, but if you go on the smaller time frames, right? Let's go on smaller time frame here. Let's go on 15-minute time frame. An intraday time frame like this will show you what's happened, right? This all happened today, right? This move was not the biggest move, but it was a double-digit move. It was a 14% move, right? And then you have a consolidation, or what do you call that? A retracement. Yeah, you have a retracement to the 618, right? Which is your wave 2 retracement, which you typically expect. Actually, this may have started over here. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. This may be the fourth wave in a leading diagonal, or it could be your retracement for this entire move, or it could be a B wave, right? But this may very well have entered into impulse, just judging by the bullish divergence that we saw on the daily time frame. Okay, so some assets have moved, right? And this is just looking at our watch list, guys. If you look outside of our watch list, you can see even more examples of this, right? For instance, if you want to look here at the crypto bubbles, right? Look at crypto bubbles. Look at what's going on. Top 100. You don't even have to go too far on the the list of different assets. This is top 100 assets in crypto. Zcash. It's a 34% mover today. Okay, you can see synthetics has been moving a little bit, but we're really trying to identify double-digit movers. You have Zcash in the top 100 that's moved double digits. You have Celsius that's moved almost 50%. Right? And we're going to look at these charts in a second. Don't worry. In the top 300, you have something called MCT that's moved 27%. Okay. And then top 400, you have Time. People know that one. Another one, Lazio. Right? There's been some major movement in the market. This is indication that a trend there's been a trend change. And there has been a move out of that bounce, even though you don't see it yet in Bitcoin. Okay, Coval, FST top 500, and then we're gonna stop at top 600. You can see DEXE moved again 50%. All right. Now, a lot of times you will get big movers because of, I don't know, a new token release, or something like, new token releases, or something may move just because. But typically, when you have a number of assets moving all together, it's indicative of a larger trend change in the market. So that's what I believe we're experiencing here. Okay, so as promised, let's have a quick look. Let's jump back into the 4-hourly time frame. Okay, let's get off of log. And let's look really quickly at something like Zcash. okay, Zcash, and then Celsius, okay. And I'm not invested in any of these, but I'm just looking at them as examples for assets that have moved, okay, moved considerably today, okay. So we can see that Zcash is basically where Bitcoin is. It's just, it's moved a little more. It's no different, okay? Zoom out. Let's zoom out to the daily. Let me show you something. Okay? Log and auto. You can see very well, very clearly, that this is no different on here. Let's see. Right here. May 12th. Okay? So, just like Bitcoin, on May 12th, this put in its orthodox low. So it starts its consolidation reversal pattern on May 12th, just like, not Bitcoin rather, but just like most assets. Bitcoin didn't start until, I think, June 18th, I believe. Okay? So you got your, big A, big B, your initial break of structure, followed by your retracement B wave. Okay? So that's your first degree of consolidation reversal right here. And then you have A, B, C, right? Small a is right there. And then you have 1, 2, 3, a nice composed flat correction for small b. And this is your pivot. So this is a consolidation reversal. This is what Bitcoin's in right now, if you guys can't tell. This consolidation reversal, every single time, I know if you pay attention to this channel, I'll tell you, you need 2 degrees of consolidation reversal before putting in a trend change, okay, on any time frame. But you'll still find a small pivot, which is kind of another, degree of consolidation reversal, a mini, if you will, because every single time that price changes trend, price changes direction, so out of this, the impulse of this flat correction, small b, you need a consolidation reversal. You can't just up and go. Even if you don't see it, it's happening imperceptibly on a smaller time frame. Do you see what I mean? So that's the theory right there. And you see that this big A, so now let's zoom in to that right here. Okay, and we're going to look also at Celsius, and we're going to see the same thing. You're going to see the same thing because this theory is consistent, right? So zooming in, and once again, in this degree, we're going to find 2 degrees. So here's an A wave. Yeah. This is big A. This is big B. This is small a. Even though this is bigger A, I call it small a, right? And this is small b. This is your leading diagonal up and out of this consolidation reversal pattern. That's where you got your 30+% on the day. Okay? Do you see that? Right here. Let's measure this really quickly from this low. You can see. Oh, that's just 5% for Zcash. Did I measure that right? Let's see. Did I measure that right? Okay, let's turn on magnet back on. So today's the 28th, yesterday's 27th. Yeah, let's just take it around here. Okay, it's not a double digit move. I don't know what they're talking about. Sometimes crypto bubbles is like, I don't know what time zone they're in and where they're ending their day, but that is not a double digit move. Okay, I did pick the right one, right? Zcash. Let's just double check that I did that. Did I do that right? Am I seeing things, or that was Zcash, right, guys? In any case, guys, welcome to the stream. If you're new, please like the stream and let me know if the sound's okay. I'm using a new setup, just making sure that the music's not too loud and my voice is not too loud and all that stuff. So if there's any sound issues, definitely let me know in the chat. Okay, let's go back, see here. 300, where did I see that? Zcash. XEC. Oh, that's not Zcash. Silly me. Okay, sorry about that. XEC. I was like, that, something's wrong. Okay, let's try that again. XEC. Nobody said anything. Guys, come on. You guys sleepy or something? XEC. There we go. Okay, that's the move we're looking for. And once again, we can do the same thing. Look at May 12th. Do you see that? That's your orthodox and nominal low, right? Once again, you can throw this in a regression trend. You can throw this in a channel or a range. Okay, you did get a range here. Actually, we can even before the breakout. Okay, so before the breakout, you hit your orthodox low on May 12th, just like you did in most of the cryptocurrency markets. You put in 3 moves, that's your big A. You put in a counter move, that's your big B. That's your first degree of consolidation reversal. And then you put in 3 more moves for small a. And then you seem to have put in a 333 complex correction. That starts here. Okay, that's your 333 complex correction. Probably a WXYXC. That's your B wave. Whoops. That's your B wave. Okay, so those are your 2 degrees of consolidation reversal. Again, we're now going to zoom in because even after these 2 degrees of consolidation reversal, you're pretty much good to go. But for price to change direction, you always have to put in consolidation reversal. It's going to be on a smaller time frame though. Okay, so we get out of the 4-hourly time frame or the daily time frame, wherever you want to see it, and then you zoom in to this pivot. Okay, and that's where Bitcoin's in right now. This is why I'm saying we're so close. This is why, you know, when people are on Twitter, people who can't read corrective price action, and most people can't, and that's not a slight. It's really complicated. It's really challenging. I've given years of my life to reading corrective price action because everybody can read this stuff. Everybody can read impulses and tell you, oh, the trend's up or the trend's down because it's been going down. That's all well and good, but if you really want to catch trends at the base or catch trends and understand price action, you have to figure out what the hell is going on when it's chopping like this. Okay, anyway, so now let's zoom in, like I said, to this part right here, just like we did previously. Guys, if you're getting value, please like, share, and subscribe. I don't see anybody talking about this. And again, you're going to see your AB basing. You're going to see 2 degrees of consolidation reversal, right? So now let's delete this. Now that we have our zone, okay? And here you can very clearly see you have an A wave, okay? So a big A, big E. Or you can say, let me see. Here, this is how I would read it, actually. I would read this as big A right here. This is big B. This is small a. This is small b. And again, it happens again. It just keeps going. Just keeps going. It's fractal. And smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller time frames till it's imperceptible. See, this is why it's tricky to say, oh, it's exactly going to happen now. It's exactly going to happen now. I don't know. Because it goes ad infinitum until it breaks. Okay? So on Bitcoin, we're going to go to Bitcoin in a second. We're going to first use Celsius. And what the hell is this? eCash. I thought it was Zcash. It's eCash. Okay? But again, do you see? Essentially, if you're trading large time frames, if you perceive 2 degrees of consolidation reversal on the large time frame, you're good to go. Okay? And I have done so on Bitcoin. This is why I'm so confident in saying we're good to go. Okay? Once you do this, you're pretty much golden. All right? You may have to wait a little bit for the smaller time frame consolidation reversals to happen, but you know what comes next. Okay? And you know what comes next, and You're not afraid of this just hitting the top here and rejecting and continuing the trend because you've done larger time frame trend change. Okay, you can't just look at this and know that this is going to Valhalla because, you know, this is a small time frame. You need to zoom out even more on the weekly time frame and understand that this right here represents a consolidation reversal of the larger trend. Okay, so that's, I'm assuming you understand that. Okay, now let's look at Celsius. This is one last example. Again, the trend has changed. Things are moving. Just because Bitcoin hasn't moved yet doesn't necessarily mean that the trend hasn't changed in crypto. We're putting in what you can expect to put in a bull market. Double-digit daily gains. Okay, here eCash you got 34%. The day's not over. You got Celsius putting in 47%. The day's not over. You can expect to see these things on one-offs. You know, a new shitcoin is, you know, kind of coming out on KuCoin or whatever. You get all these gains or whatever. Yeah, you can see that from time to time. But you can't see it with this regularity, my friends. Okay? You don't see it like this, right? You go to your top 100, you see a double-digit mover. You go to a top 200, you see a double-digit mover. You go to a top 300. The other day, VGX, Voyager coin, was a double-digit mover. Things are moving. The trend has changed. People who are waiting for 10 to 12K, they're going to be waiting a long time. They're going to be waiting for Godot. They're going to be waiting forever. They're not getting it, right? And I'm not a fortune teller or a soothsayer. I'm saying that based off of what the market's telling us. It's already happened. It's happening right now, right? You see double-digit movers. This is what you see in a bull market. That corroborated with our larger time frame analysis, what we've been doing on the channel every day now. And that's where we're coming from, okay? I don't have all the answers. I'm not a fortune teller. I just do technical analysis. It's probability based, right? It's not anything that is sort of, 100%. It's just, I'm playing the probabilities. But playing the probabilities, looking at the market, and knowing that the market is correlated, it's very unlikely that Bitcoin not follow, even though it's lagging, okay? So here, Celsius, another example, you'll see we can do the same thing. Once again, May 12th, that's your orthodox low. Again, guys, I've never looked at this Celsius. I don't trade Celsius. I have never traded Celsius. But again, you see consistency in the market. Most altcoins, 98% of every altcoin I've ever seen in this market put it in orthodox low on May 12th. If you don't know what an orthodox low is, it is the technical low. The lowest low is the nominal low, okay? And that's inconsequential because you sometimes wick below the orthodox low in a B wave, okay? But again, the market is correlated. So if you want to know what's going on in your favorite altcoin, even though it hasn't moved, look at the rest of the market. You may get a clue. Here we're looking at Celsius. You have your big A. You have your big B right here. Okay. You have 1, 2, 3, small a, 1, 2, 3, small b. Consolidation reversal happened somewhere here. Okay, and we can zoom in and try and see that. And then you get your pump. Okay, now let's zoom in and see if we can't spy that small time frame consolidation reversal. Does this make sense? I know not a lot of people talk about this, so it's kind of arcane and it can get really wonky, but does this make sense? I mean, what should astound people is the regularity and the consistency, right? It's one thing to have a theory. Everybody has a theory. Everybody has some ideas, some thought, right? But open up any fucking chart in crypto, and I'm going to show you the same thing. 98% of altcoins can be read using this theory. So then you go back and you say, okay, maybe this theory has something to it, okay? So on the small time frames, I feel like this consolidation reversal happened relatively quickly, right? Here you got you'd have to go on your hourly time frame to see it. Yeah, here it is. Do you see? This is your big A targeting. Whoops. Let's zoom in, or else you won't be able to read my handwriting. Okay, here we go. So you have your A wave, that's big A targeting wave 4 of the previous trend. You got your big B, that's your first degree of consolidation reversal. You got your small a, that's your second degree, small b, and then you start going, right? Then you put in your impulse. This is the start of Celsius's bull market, right there. Do you see that? That's technical analysis. I mean, it's possible, right? It's not 100% because it's hard to, you know why I can't print money with this? I mean, I kind of can, but I can't. In the sense that people think like you should know exactly the price and exactly the time. No, because there's too many combinations and permutations that these A-B bases can take. And as you can see here, Celsius decided to put in its A-B basing after its second degree. That pivot was relatively quick, much faster than what we can see in Bitcoin. Now let's go to Bitcoin and see what's going on. Okay, let's zoom out once again, just like we did in those other altcoins. Guys, if you're getting value, please like the stream. Let me just check. Nobody has any questions. Okay, I'm not seeing any questions. Must be answering all of them. All right, so just like we did with Celsius and eCash, okay? We see our 2 degrees. We're on the daily time frame, and I've got it marked up here, okay? But I'm going to do it just the same, okay? So this is big A. This is big B, okay? I got that in mauve, or in dark yellow. And then I got small a right here, and then small b in light yellow. Do you see that? Those are your 2 degrees of consolidation reversal. Now here, what I've circled is, once again, your smaller pivot. You still haven't moved. People say, Dean, you're a liar. You said 2 degrees of consolidation reversal. I see 2 degrees. You called for 2 degrees, and that happened on the 19th of August. Why haven't we moved up yet? And again, price just doesn't move on a whim, turn on a dime. It has to put in consolidation reversal. And Bitcoin, unlike Celsius, decided to take its time with another degree of consolidation reversal. I didn't know how long the consolidation reversal was going to take for that next degree, okay? The sizing is unpredictable rather. Just like eCash. eCash had a relatively large pivot, right? Do you see that right here? This pivot, after its B wave, took this time, okay? So although it's been 9 days in this pivot for Bitcoin, here it took 7-8 days, right, in eCash, right? And then in Celsius, it took almost no time. That is very hard to predict, right? But that's not the point, right? The point of good trading is risk management and playing the probabilities, knowing that more or less this is going to happen around this time with a certain degree of probability. So I'm going to position myself to take advantage of this. So my Litecoin trade, up. It's up and it's good, right? Because Litecoin started. Cardano seems to also have started and crossed bullish, right? It's not as, it hasn't gone as impulsively, and we're going to look at Cardano in a second, but it may still be in another smaller degree consolidation reversal. So it hasn't moved yet, like Litecoin, or like Celsius, or like eCash, but we're more or less around then the time, right? So this is technical analysis. People are sometimes confused as to how an analyst can say this is likely going to happen and this is likely going to happen at this time, and it doesn't happen. People are like, oh, you're a liar. No, you have to understand the parameters that we're working with. This is a probability game, and here's how we measure the probabilities and the potentialities of these moves, okay? And I know a lot of people are frustrated. I'm even more frustrated, if you can imagine. But it's put that aside. We're trying to make money here. So you got to be smart. You got to be clever. You got to rein in your emotions. You got to think clearly. You got to protect your positions. You got to use good risk management. And you got to stay alive. If you stay alive, if you hold your positions, those positions that you accumulated during these 77 days, you will make life-changing wealth, right? And I'm not talking about in Bitcoin necessarily, but in the cryptocurrency market, right? If the positions that you accumulated during these lows are able to take, to sort of move, you will be just fine, okay? Right? Because you're wise enough not to, no, I'm going to wait until, we get to 12K or something like that. No. That's why you spend time and effort reading the market and trying to figure out how to read technical analysis. Okay, so what we're gonna do really quickly before we get into the indicators that I never talk about, like the Puell multiple, like the CBBI index and all that stuff. Let's look at Bitcoin on a smaller time frame and see what the hell's going on. Okay, may be getting the last drawdown that we're looking for. Okay, so let's go on the hourly time frame. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of that. It's close. It's close. Okay, so here's on the hourly time frame that A. Whoops. Okay, once again, big A, big B. Okay, so that's 1 degree. Okay, now we look here. Okay, so let's zoom in. Let's actually zoom in on the 15-minute time frame. And once again, you have a move here that would be, I'd say this is your big A, this is big B, and this should be right. And let's see, small a, and then small b, I believe, is 1, 2, 3, 1. Oh no, sorry. I think small b. This is a little tricky. I looked at this a few times. No. Sorry. This is small a right here. And then small b is something like this. Okay? So I'm expecting it to come down a bit, right? Because here, this is a composed B wave, but I'm looking at 3 waves here, okay? 3 waves here, 3 waves here. Okay, so that's my, okay, so this is A of B, this is B of B, and this is my C of B, I believe, okay, so yeah, this is impulsive, move down, but it's not scary. You shouldn't be scared because this is part of this B wave, this this small a and small b. Okay, this is a little tricky to see, but I think that this is the last move down, okay, before a big move up. All right, so you can see this. Let's try and see it on other assets. Okay, let's look at Dodo. Okay, so let's just look at that small time frame move. Okay, I would say that this is, okay, I would say that in Dodo, this is small a, and then small b is some sort of complex, triple three, and this is the last wave of it, right? It's giving you something like this, right? So you've come at, let me just simplify that. 1, 2, 3. Okay, it's just flavors of 3. Okay, so this is the last impulse, I believe, in this small b wave. It'll take you down a little bit here, and what you're going to do is you're going to play out this bullish divergence on the smaller time frame. Do you see that? And we're going to see the same thing in Bitcoin. Here, there's bullish divergence. You see a double bottom. This is a 15-minute time frame, but you can look at divergences on any time frame. You have a lower low in price action, and then you have kind of an even RSI, double bottom. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing. Right here, you can see the same thing in Bitcoin. You have a slightly, well, it hasn't come down here yet, but once it does come down here, you're going to see a lower low, and you're going to see an even move here in the RSI, and that's going to confirm once it starts moving up and crosses the K and D lines. Okay, and that's your move up from here. Maybe we'll see it together on stream. Okay, let's see. Any questions about this? Anybody? Let's see. All right, let's keep going. All right, so what I want to show you that I never talk about on this channel is, so I already showed you, how some altcoins are moving and why certain altcoins are moving, given, it's no longer that Bitcoin is the dominant altcoin. It has 40% market dominance, granted, but other altcoins are going to move against Bitcoin, and they're gaining against Bitcoin as we speak. We can see that in the crypto bubbles, just a market scan. I want to talk about the CBBI. Okay, so Colin Talks Crypto Bitcoin Bull Run Index. And when I first got into crypto, well, actually maybe 2 years into my career in crypto, I didn't know much of anything. And I started to do research on technical analysis and indicators and stuff like that. And I wanted to get a good idea as to when the market was likely to pivot, right? Either up or down. And I did a lot of research, and I saw that this guy had put together an index. And what's an index? An index is a collection of indicators, metrics, right? That you sort of you put together, and then you score. And with all of those in aggregate, you can get a decent idea. So it goes from 0 to 100, and when it's between 90 and 100, it's very likely that Bitcoin is at a top, at a large, in a high time frame market top. When it's between 0 and 10, it's very likely that Bitcoin's at a bottom. Right now, the CBBI index is at a 7. Okay, that is very low, very, very low. I've never seen it this low in all the time I've been in crypto, and I've been in crypto since 2017. Okay, that's not that long. Crypto's not that old, so I know that sounds dramatic, but whatever. Here are the different metrics that are used in the CBBI index: the pi cycle top indicator, the Nupal and the Rupal chart, the R-HODL ratio, the Puel multiple, the 2-year moving average, the Bitcoin Chololo trend line, the MVRV Z-score, the reserve risk, the Wubull top cap for CVDD, and Bitcoin search term on Google. You can look more at more information about all of these on cbbi.info, and I invite you to do so, right? It's really good. There's a lot of good information about it. He gives information about how the index was scored, how he put it together, with his partners, and so yeah, it's very solid. And you can donate if you want to call in. Here's Colin, and he explains it in this YouTube video. So, all right, I want to look at a few different indicators that are completely zeroed out in the sense that it's completely bottomed. It indicates a market bottom. So the price cycle top indicator, the R-HODL ratio. Let's open that one. The 2-year moving average and the reserve risk, okay? And so I've opened these right here, and you can see, we're going to start with the R-HODL ratio, and you can see the R-HODL ratio, he puts in the mathematical formula, and he explains it, okay? So you don't have to be some technician to understand it. Right here, if you go down, and this is all linked into lookintobitcoin.com, or is it .com or .info? .com, yeah, lookintobitcoin.com. You can see this indicator uses a ratio of realized value HODL waves, okay? In summary, it's basically let's see, realized value is the price of UTXOs when they were last moved from one wallet to another, okay? So unrealized transaction, okay? And let's see, our HODL ratio looks at the ratio between our HODL band of 1 week versus our HODL band of 1 to 2 years. It also calibrates for increased hodling over time, blah, 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 blah. When the 1 week value is significantly higher than the 1 to 2 year, it is a signal that the market is becoming overheated, okay? And so this always is explained by one of the reasons Colin developed this index, because he wanted to figure out market tops, okay? But the way you can find market bottoms with this index and these metrics is you just look at the opposite, okay? So market top is identified within a few days accuracy, okay? So our HODL ratio entering into the red band signals that the market is approaching to the top, okay? So our HODL red band, market top, okay? So this is an on-chain indicator. So you can see here, in 2011, right, our HODL was in the red band right here. That means market topped. Right here, again, 2014, market topped. And the blue, you can see, is that's Bitcoin's price action, right? And here, again, 2018, market top. And again, we're in the red between 2021, January and November of 2021, market had topped around 60K. And now, if you look, the green is basically market bottoms. So we're in the green here, okay? And we were in the green for this time, market had bottomed. We're in the green for this time, market had bottomed. In the green here, market had bottomed. And now we touched the green, okay? We touched the green. Now, one can say we didn't spend as much time in the green here as we had in the past. So that's you know, that's an argument you can make for there being more pain, more downside. But, you know, still, it's a great buying opportunity. So our HODL, that was our HODL. All right, guys, if any of this is too out there, arcane, just let me know. But I think this is decently intelligible given the explanation. So I'm not going to go into too much detail, but I'm just going to go over quickly the different indicators that I think are worth looking at, okay? And again, don't forget to like and subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. So reserve risk, all right? So reserve risk, again, just look at the explanation. Reserve risk is a Bitcoin chart that allows us to visualize the confidence amongst long-term Bitcoin holders versus the price of Bitcoin at a given moment. Okay? So here it says long-term holders on average purchase and sell at appropriate times during Bitcoin cycles. It is therefore beneficial to identify when this group is feeling confident that the future price of Bitcoin will be higher than today's. All right, now let's look at the chart. All right, so once again, in the red, they believe the red is when we've topped, okay, and long-term holders don't believe that, you know, we're going to go any higher, so they're not buying. They're just holding. But when we get into the green, that's when they're buying, okay? We've been in the green here, okay? We're in the green, once again, here at a bottom. In the green at a bottom right here, and we went up. In a green on a bottom. In a green on a bottom, we went up. we've been in the green since actually 50K. Okay, we've been in the green since 50K. And we've been in the green pretty much since the end of 2021, right? So basically, hodlers, right, are buying and have been buying since 50K. This is what this says. So that's reserve risk, okay? So pi cycle top, okay? Again, just look at the explanation. Okay. The pi cycle top indicator forecasts the cycle top of Bitcoin's market cycles. It attempts to predict the point where Bitcoin price will peak before pulling back. It does this on major high time frames and has picked the absolute tops of Bitcoin's major price moves throughout most of its history, okay? And so the way you use this is you use the two moving averages, and once they cross, you typically see the market topped, okay? So here, these two indicators, these two moving averages, the 111 DMA and the 350 DMA, they crossed up here, that was the top. Okay, they crossed up here, that was the top. They crossed up here, that was the top. Now, what's interesting is, because we're looking for bottoms, when you're using moving averages, the most interesting time to look for bottoms is when they're most far apart, okay? So if you look at this, if you look at this chart, where in history have these two indicators been more apart? There has not been a time in history where these two indicators, okay, I'm going to restart or refresh this because I messed up. I'm sorry, I messed up the chart and I don't know how to reset it. But yeah, do you see? There's never been a time in history where these two moving averages have been further apart, okay? And remember what moving averages are. They're basically averages of the price, right? And so they're charting the price, where price is projected to be and where it actually is, based off of where it was in the past and so on and so forth. So it's charting trends. Look at the delta between these two moving averages. That should tell you that a violent snapback is in order, and it is very, very close, because you see every single time they get apart, they come back together. They get apart, they come back together. That's how you use moving averages, okay? So that's pi cycle top. It's showing a bottom. That's why it's showing the absolute bottom, okay? Now let's look at the 2-year MA multiplier. So the 2-year MA multiplier is the Bitcoin investor tool, okay? And it can be used to identify whether the price of Bitcoin today is at levels that are historically low in the green zone or high in the red zone, okay? Or neutral, okay? So here, and all of these indicators have been used and put into the index because they've exhibited accuracy throughout history. So Colin has, very, I would say, he has quite rigorous metrics, rigorous sort of ways to analyze and to judge whether a metric is worth adding into his index, okay? And his team members as well. So you see here, this is when the price was low. And this is when the price was seen to be high. The red is when the price was high. The green when the price was low. We're under the green, and we've been under the green by the same amount as we had been during the bear market right here. These were the bear market lows between 2015 and in 2015, bear market lows. This represented the bear market lows of 2018, 2019, and again right here, you see bear market lows of 2022. It's very likely that this represents the absolute low of this bear market. Okay, bottom of the market. Okay. Now the Puell multiple. All right, here. Once again, let's go very quickly to the description. So you're looking at the supply side of Bitcoin's economy versus minus the Bitcoin miners and their revenue. Okay, so it's calculated by dividing the daily issuance value of Bitcoins by the 365-day moving average of daily issuance value. All right, so you have this upper red band and lower green band. And so over the majority of Bitcoin's existence, BTC has reached major highs, and usually it's in the red, and when it's really low, it's in the green. Okay, so basically the Puell multiple shows that in 2012, when we're around these prices, around $3, you should have bought, right? Because we're in the green. Same thing here in 2015. Again, we've only gone into the green 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, really. This is the 5th time in Bitcoin's history that we've been in the green, and we're like well in the green. Okay, and we're actually coming out of it. Do you see? We were in the green when we were at 20,000 even in June, and we're at 20,000 now, but we're coming out of it with the Puell multiple. So that's showing you that a move to the upside is likely and already kind of taking shape, right? So that's Puell multiple. And then last but not least is the fear and greed index, and we've shown this before. Okay, basically, if you look at Bitcoin's history, every single time there's been great fear, the sentiment, right, has been fearful in the market, we then went on to a rally to the upside. So anytime the fear was high, between about 0 to 25, the dark red, we then go up. We've been dark red ever since, right, June, pretty much. May and June, we've been pretty dark red. So that just lets you know that a move to the upside is very likely. So those are the indicators. I do talk about the fear and greed indicator quite a bit with respect to, the different indicators that I talk about on this channel. But, just to give you a good idea, that's what's going on. So we're getting some, again, I told you that this move was likely to be a capitulative move, right? I said we're going down, but don't be, don't fret. I don't think we're gonna keep going down, and that's what we got right here. As we were talking, and this is a 15-minute time frame, we got a big bounce and then a retest. So again, if you zoomed in on a smaller time frame, you would see the same stuff we see all the time. This is your reversal pattern, right? Price always puts in these consolidation reversal patterns, right? Doesn't matter. It looks a number of different ways, right? But no matter the time frame, you're always going to see that. So that's why I always see consolidation reversal. Price doesn't just go this and then there and then there and there. No. Price consolidates before changing trend. Okay, and a lot of people don't know how to read it, nor do they even appreciate it. But that is the key, I think, to price action, because to catch the trend, you gotta catch those moves on, the larger time frames and then the smaller time frames, or else you think Bitcoin's most likely going down to 10K because why not? It's been going down. Why shouldn't it continue? This means nothing to you. Like what's happened in the past 9 days, right here. It's might as well be, gibberish. It's just means nothing, right? But that means something to us on this channel. Yeah. Okay, so let's see what other assets have done. We already saw Litecoin. Let's look at Cardano on a smaller time frame. And so we're just gonna look at a few assets on smaller time frames and then call it a stream. Guys, if you're getting value, please like, share, and subscribe. and let me know if there's anything you want me to look at before I leave, okay? I'm just going to look at a few things in the watch list. So Cardano, again, we're on the hourly time frame, but we can see our consolidation reversal patterns, okay? And I'll just say this, not everything is a consolidation reversal pattern. Sometimes it's a consolidation continuation, meaning you go in a 5-wave impulse, you will see consolidation patterns, but then for continuation of the trend. You will see a consolidation pattern for continuation of the trend. In order for it to be consolidation reversal, you must identify the end of the trend, meaning you must identify you must identify 5 waves. There's no if, ands, or buts. You have to identify 5 waves. And the end of your 5 waves, then it's a consolidation reversal and not just a consolidation for continuation. All right? So I think that's an important point to make. It's not all consolidation reversal. Sometimes it's consolidation and continuation. Okay? So here we can see in this consolidation reversal, which we believe it is, this is your big A, here's your big B. This is the hourly time frame, mind you. And then here, now let's zoom into here for small a, small b. Okay, let me just blow this up a little bit. Okay, and so we should get this as, small a, small a, small b. Okay, and that should be it. And then here should be a smaller degree. Because again, price doesn't just move, right? And it continues ad infinitum and then until it breaks. And so that's the trick. That's the art of trading. The art of reading this and trading these consolidation reversal patterns. You have to give yourself enough leeway to have these play out until their breaking point. First, you have to correctly identify the end of the trend and, ensure that it's a consolidation reversal, not the consolidation continuation. Then you want to be able to look and see if and when the actual impulse happens, right? Or when the actual impulse happens. You got to keep reading them, and they get smaller and smaller and smaller until which point they break. They happen ad infinitum. They're fractal in nature, okay? So same here with Dodo. We're seeing that happen. I think we already looked at Dodo, right? So yeah, here it's almost exactly the same thing I'm seeing as in Cardano. You had that small a, small b here, and then this is another consolidation reversal, right? And if it's not continuation, you're eventually going to get your break. You're eventually going to get your break, and not a breakdown. Okay. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing in the market. That's why I'm seeing it. But don't be confused. Just because Bitcoin and some other assets in the top 100 haven't moved, look at what the market's doing. This is today. This is all today in Celsius. This is 50+%, right? 51.82%, and it's still going strong. This is what you can expect very soon, okay? In maybe now, right now, okay? Who's excited? Like, we've waited eons, it seems, for this move, and we may finally get it in a few moments, all right? I've been waiting like a kid in a candy store, like a kid on Christmas Eve for this, I've accumulated so many different positions. I've been managing them for months, it seems, right? Managing positions, playing with the margins, making sure, I never get wicked out or stopped out rather. And yeah, we're here. We're still alive. That's the name of the game. Stay alive until you get that big move, and then it's pretty much just a waiting game. If you're playing the high time frames, it's a waiting game and you just wait until your targets are met on the high time frame. That's how you make life-changing wealth. That's how the most profitable trades are done. It's not in the day trading here and there. Day trading can be very profitable, but you have to be super consistent, and that's a different game altogether. And it's the degree of difficulty is much higher. Do you see? Because you're trading smaller time frames, and your margin of error is usually much higher, because in order for it to be profitable, you have to either use large positions with small moves or small positions with high leverage, right? 40, 50, 60x leverage. So, or you can use very low leverage and high time frames, right? What would you like? You know, and not everybody can do this. High time frames, low leverage, because you have to wait. Because it's high time frame, you gotta wait for shit to develop, right? You have to wait for moves to materialize. But it can be very lucrative. It can be very, very lucrative. Are there any requests? You guys are radio silent today. Any requests on any tokens, anything whatsoever in the market? If not, let's just enjoy the music and look at Bitcoin put this reversal in, hopefully. Let's see. Don't be shy, I don't bite. And by the way, how's the music? This is new music. I've never played this on the channel. And how's the sound quality? I'd like to know, because this is a new sound setup. Completely new. And shout yourself out, guys. You know, there aren't that many of us. Shout yourselves out. Let's see. So yeah, Litecoin's just looking for continuation. This is an impulsive move, my friends. Do you see that? Litecoin's gone into impulse. It's going to put in a fifth wave right here. Litecoin. I've got a big... This is a trade I don't want to touch for months. It's on, 10 to 12x leverage. I've been adding to this position for what seems like forever. Yeah. So I expect this fifth wave to come up here to this area right here for Litecoin. Then once again, consolidate and then do it again. Consolidate and do it again. It's pretty much how the market moves, right? So what's going on with Bitcoin? What's going on with Bitcoin? What's going on with Cardano? Okay, let's look for our divergences, if we see any. A 15-minute time frame, small time frames. Okay. We've got this double bottom here. I don't see any divergence yet, though. Let's see. We've got double bottoms on the chart. We've got double bottoms on the... there it is. I'm looking for my pen. I put it right where it's always been. Double bottom here. Whoops. That's not the double bottom I'm looking at. Actually, let's go on a higher time frame and see if this isn't playing out. Okay, so we do see some divergences. So if we go into the hourly time frame, here, let's see if we can't see it on the daily. Let's see. Yeah, we see some on the daily time frame, even. Okay. So Cardano obviously has made lower lows in price action, higher highs on the Stochastic Rsi. Now, that's the daily time frame. 4 hourly time frame, no particular divergence. Hourly time frame, unconfirmed. Okay, lower low price action here. Stochastic Rsi. It's not yet confirmed because these K and D lines have yet to cross, but you're looking at potential strong bullish divergence right there. Okay, Cardano. Let's see. Litecoin we already looked at. Bitcoin. Very strong bullish divergence here. Do you see that? Very strong. So the way our market works is most people think that moves aren't valid unless Bitcoin has put them in. And that you can understand why, right? It's been the king coin for so long. It's been the market mover for so long. The bellwether, right? And, not everybody knows when we're entering an alt season or what even an alt season is, right? So they're ignoring what Litecoin, what Celsius, what eCash, what Synthetics, what other altcoins have already done. But this right here is strong unconfirmed bullish divergence. This is very strong bullish divergence. Look at the pitch right here, right? Look at the pitch on the Stochastic Rsi on the hourly time frame. This move is going to be violent. Do you see that? So you have somewhat of a 45-degree angle right here if these K and D lines cross. And here it's maybe like a 30-degree angle on the price action. So I'm excited for that. We're gonna keep an eye on that. Guys, are you guys excited? I mean, I don't hear you guys, Or am I the only one that's excited about this? Like, altcoins have moved, Bitcoin will follow. It's going to follow. It's not if, it's when. And judging by our analysis, it's likely to be sooner than later. Remember, and I'm not trying to disparage any, of my colleagues, I was just on Bitcoin Census's live stream this morning. Andy at Bitcoin Census, he's a really nice guy. And we were talking. I was saying, Andy, look out for the move. It's going to be soon, and it's going to be violent, okay? And he was like, yeah, maybe, But he thinks it's going to go to 16 or 15K or something like that. 18K, I forget. But much lower. But it's before we go low, if we're even to go lower, first we'd have to go higher. That's what the charts are saying. And I think that once we move from here, given our larger time frame analysis, we don't look back. We don't look back. And that's not just using my technical analysis, but also considering all of these metrics, right? Like everything that we looked at and more is saying that this is indeed a bottom. You don't have sevens every day, right? For the longest time, this was in double digits. You don't get into single digits and stay there for long, okay? Just and you can do that. You can take your time if you're interested. Go to this website, colintalkscrypto.com, cbbi./index, and look at the history of the index versus the Bitcoin chart. Do you see? So CBBI confidence is in blue, okay? This is all the times we've been between 0 and 10, and how long we stayed between 0 and 10, okay? You can see the market bottom was called here quite accurately, okay? First here, then here, then here, then here, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4 times in Bitcoin's history, Bitcoin's 13-year history, have we been below 10 on the CBBI chart, okay, on the CBBI index. This is the 4th time. Every single time, we don't stay long. We stayed here for a couple months. We stayed here for a few months. We stayed here for a couple months, okay? And here we've been below 10 for, let's see, for a few months already, since June, okay? It's not going to stay long, and don't expect it to. Just, this is all data, It's one thing to, people say, oh yes, I do technical analysis, and then they go on and talk to you about macro factors and how China's economy is collapsing and the Fed and, Jerome Powell said this. That's not technical analysis. That's fundamental analysis, and that's fine. But if you just look at technical analysis and you look at those indicators, you can kind of understand what the price is doing and where it's likely to go. Okay. Okay, here on Shiba Inu, on the hourly time frame, if we don't get across, okay, it looks like we're coming a little lower before going up. Okay, because you see this momentum indicator is down, so there's bearish divergence here on the hourly time frame. Okay, but it's unconfirmed, but because it's not crossed. Because remember, these K and D lines can always cross, and then it could be bullish divergence. So that's still not out of the it's still not out of line that, you know, we can just go up from here. But right now, wouldn't surprise me if we wick down before we moved up. Okay. Let's go back to Bitcoin. Interested in Bitcoin. Let's go on the smaller time frames. God, that bullish divergence on the hourly time frame is so freaking strong. I've never seen stronger bullish divergence. I literally have never seen stronger bullish divergence. And I'm not exaggerating. And I do this for a living. I look at these all the time. I've never seen stronger bullish divergence. When this goes, it is going to melt faces. Okay. Here again, you have more bullish divergence on the 15-minute time frame. You guys see this? Bitcoin's going to go soon. I don't know if it's going to be the move, but we're going to get a move any moment now. Do you see this? That's strong bullish divergence on the 15-minute time frame. We have strong bullish divergence on the 15-minute time frame. Strong bullish divergence. That's unconfirmed. The 15-minute time frame's pretty much confirmed. The hourly time frame is unconfirmed because we don't yet have a cross of the K and D lines. The 4-hourly, no divergence per se. And we have unconfirmed divergence on the daily. I don't really look at the 12-hourly much. But yeah, there's nothing really of note there. And the 8-hourly, yeah, nothing of note. There's a reason I don't look at those. All right, but let's go back on the 15-minute time frame because that is confirmed. And it looks like we're getting a move now. Is it the move? I don't know. But it's a move. Okay? And a lot of these assets that have yet to go, once Bitcoin goes, they will go. Now this is XRP. And I believe that you've put in that final wick to the downside right here. I think that this right here, you've been putting in your consolidation reversal, big A, whoops, big B, say small a, and then small b is a massive triple three. That's a triple three. That's a very complex correction, okay? For those of you who don't know what a triple three, it's a WXYXZ, okay? It's a complex B wave. And usually in these complex B waves, you range and you don't do much of anything. A lot of the market was in that, okay? This is the last move. Expect a smaller time frame consolidation reversal here. Boom. That's your move up, right? And here's your double bottom. Let's see, on the hourly time frame, do we see any bullish divergence? It's unconfirmed, but there's potential strong bullish divergence right here. Okay? As you can see, from this low to that low, it's a lower low. From this low to that low, that's yet not yet confirmed. The KD lines haven't crossed on XRP, but when they do, that's gonna go. Looks like things are gonna move. Things are gonna move. Is it gonna move at the market open in Japan at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time? Maybe. I don't know. Is it gonna move before? I don't know. It's gonna move soon. It's gonna be soon. Okay. That's what it looks like. Guys, are you guys excited? You guys are radio silent. If I were I don't know. I chat so much on live streams, especially live streams that don't have the restrictions where you have to wait a certain amount of time between your chats. This is, I mean, we've been waiting for this forever. I mean, I've been waiting for this forever. I don't know who you guys are or what you've been doing. But if you're like me, this is something like 300 days lying in wait, right? I'm like a sniper. I've been in my perch, just waiting, accumulating positions, waiting to strike. And I'm going to strike. I'm going to strike with a vengeance. And I'm going to get this crypto. All right. Let's see. Right, we looked at ADA. We looked at SHIB. Reserve rights. Once again, unconfirmed bullish divergence on the hourly time frame. Let's jump down on the... Do you see that? We're kind of printing this throughout the market right here. This wick right here. Okay, A, big B, small a, small b. Yep, I think that's what it is. That's your small a. This is your small b. Boom, your 2 degrees consolidation reversal right there. And that's your next move, up and out for reserve rights as I'm seeing it. Kadena. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this right here. Big A, big B, small a, small b. Again, if you haven't noticed, the big A, big B, small b doesn't necessarily refer to the size of the consolidation reversal pattern or the AB bases. It's just how I distinguish 1 degree versus another. Okay, I could very just as easily say, A, B, alpha, beta, whatever. Okay, so that is ready and raring to go. Same thing here. You see it in Telcoin. I'm not even going to count it, but it's the same thing. Ravane we already looked at, and we said that it was likely that this was an impulse right here. Yeah. So we would get a reaction around the 618, and that's exactly what we're getting right now. You see that? We're getting a move up at the 618. You want to prove it to yourself? Pull out your fib retracement tool right at the 618, the golden mean. Now, Ravane hasn't moved a ton, right? It's moved about 13%, but that's something, right? It's something. It's gone into impulse. This is the beginning of the bull market for Ravane. It's literally going to continue to do this for months. Just a series of this, and that, and then that, and that, rinse and repeat, right? This is the market bottom. We already talked about SRP, EOS. EOS is interesting. It already started its bull market, kind of like Litecoin, Ethereum, a lot of these other ones. You can see BNB. You can see 5 waves here, and you can see 1, 2, 3 waves here. This is consolidation reversal pattern, and this consolidation reversal pattern, or these 2 major degrees of AB basing, are retesting the neckline of this larger inverse head and shoulders, right? I'm going to show you this 1 second. I don't know if you guys are subscribed or not, so you may not know. I've shown this before on the channel. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. I talk about this stuff every day. Until I took a vacation a couple weeks back, I hadn't missed a day in like 480 days or something. So yeah, this is a bullish pattern. Inverse head and shoulders. It broke out. Retest. It's going to continue. Okay? So, there's a lot of stuff that already started pumping. This pumped July 13th. A series of altcoins started their bull run on July 13th. Ethereum did, BNB did, Synthetics did, EOS did. There's regularity in the market. Okay, there's regularity in the market. You can read the S&P, you can read the Nasdaq, but right, don't overlook your own market. Don't overlook crypto. If you're invested in crypto, know what's going on in the market. July 13th, right here. Do you see that? Right there. Do you see that? July 13th, the start of the bull market for Ethereum. And once again, you're seeing, I'm not exactly sure what wave Ethereum's in, but it may have put in its 5 waves as well. And I think this is something like you had an extended wave 1, okay? And then wave 3 is okay because it's not the shortest wave. It's ever so slightly larger than wave 5. And then you got your 1, 2, 3. Or, let's see, you may have gotten your 1, 2, 3. And then this is consolidation reversal. Whatever. You're respecting the 0.618. You got 5 waves up, 3 waves down. Next 5 waves up, 3 waves down. And just keep going over and over. That's the bull market. Just like the bear market's the opposite. 5 waves down, 3 waves up. 5 waves down, 3 waves up. 5 waves down until you reach a macro, terminus of those 5 waves. Yeah. VRA. VRA looks to me like, yeah, we saw yesterday it put in bullish divergence. Okay, so it looks like it's on its way up, right? It's still in correction though, because obviously you don't have much action. But yeah, expect that to go, just like everything else, very soon. Pretty soon everything will have gone. But as of now, we're still waiting on some laggards. Okay. I'm just gonna watch this a few more minutes with you guys before cutting the stream. A few more minutes. Because this is exciting. We're watching a reversal, okay? And not everybody are going to know that this is going to be the high time frame reversal. If you look at charts long enough and you study charts, you'll know May 12th, orthodox low for most assets in cryptocurrency. July 13th was the start of the bull market for BNB, Synthetics, Ethereum, so on and so forth. And you'll know that today could be the start of the bull market for Bitcoin, and Litecoin was today. Was it today? Yeah, yesterday. No, today, the 28th. Litecoin was today. Do you see what I mean? Like, you won't know that if you don't pay attention. So you're gonna be like, oh, whatever. But for those of us who really look at price action, it's our profession. Like, pay attention. We pay attention to all this stuff. Any requests? Any questions? If not, I'm just gonna leave it on Bitcoin, talk shit, and wait for a pump. Guys, definitely, are we die VV2s? No, we're not dead, and we're not dying. We're all good. We're very much alive, VV2. VV2, where are you coming from? So let's see. I'm waiting for this right here. I'm waiting for that move. Nice rounded bottom. Nice. I didn't mean to draw a smiley face, but this is a double bottom right here. Right here. And you have unconfirmed bullish consolidation in Cardano. That's gonna go. Let's just look at breakouts, baby. Let's look at breakouts, my friend. This is breakout watch. Breakout watch. We're watching Cardano. Let's try and catch a few breakouts. All right, let's see. Guys, how's the music? Is it too loud? Is it too soft? Let me know. See, good. We said SHIB was likely to come down. That's exactly what it did. You know, just looking at this momentum indicator, it hadn't crossed and it's still open to the downside. And for it to print bullish divergence, you probably want to come down and form a lower low here. Unless this blue line comes up and crosses like that, in which case we'll be fine. It's unconfirmed. It's unconfirmed. Unconfirmed. Let's go back into the 15-minute time frame. I love how dramatic the low time frames are, especially when you're eyeing a reversal, a big reversal. Come on. I don't know how long this is going to take, but I'm assuming it's going to be, you know, just a few 15-minute candles. So far we've put in after the bounce, so let's turn on volume. Okay, so this was the bounce right here. This was the orthodox low. This was the capitulative move to the downside right here. And then all of this candle, this candle, this candle, next 45 minutes you see. So those 3 15-minute candles after this big wick to the downside, you're seeing consolidation reversal in a small time frame. An A wave, a B wave, and then small A, small B. Yeah. All right, Ravine going up. VRA doing something. All right, Dodo. Okay, so here we have clear bullish divergence. Strong lower low on the price charts. And your momentum's pretty much even. Okay, your momentum's pretty much even. And what you did here is you put in a ending diagonal, something like this. One, 2, 3, 4, and then an extended wave 5. Okay, typically your wave 5 extends to 1618 of waves 1 through 3, retracement of wave 4. So let's try and measure that. Okay, so we can expect to come down to here, 1210 right here. Do you see how that works? Wouldn't be surprised if we came all the way down there before we turned around. Okay. Okay, and this is actually almost exactly where I thought we would end, given this measurement here. So if you take this A wave, oops, So take the length of this A wave, you see that this B wave came all the way down to the 786 to the 1, which is typically where your B waves find support, between 786 and 1. You can go all the way to 1618, but it's typically between 786 and 1. And actually, I've seen sometimes in certain assets you can break the 1618 and wick down to the 2. Guys, how's the music? What do you think about the music? I want to know. Is it cool? Is it relaxing? Is it annoying? Is it too loud? Is it too soft? What's it like? I want to know. Okay. All right, volatility increasing. Let's see what we got. Really? You can't hear the music? At all? Oh, damn. Thank you, JY. Let me turn it up. Let's see. Nobody told me. I'm listening to it now. It's pretty good. How about now? Can you hear it now? Should be able to hear it. Hopefully it doesn't copyright strike me. I hate when that happens, especially with classical music. It's like, dude, you don't own the person who's like copywriting me doesn't own it. Is it like really soft, or is it like yeah? So you can hear it. And my voice sounds normal, like it doesn't sound too soft. This is a new sound setup, so I have no idea. I'm gonna listen to the stream after and hear it. But oh damn, this music's been, I thought it was, you guys could hear it. It's pretty good. Yeah, just waiting on this move. Waiting on this move. Strong bullish divergence on the 15-minute, on the hourly. Okay, we've come down a bit. We've come down a bit. Be here and here. Okay. We can still cross and make that really strong. Okay, Dodo. Have you bounced a little bit? Does Dodo hit our phi ratio? Not yet, but it's getting close. Meanwhile, Ravane back up on strong volume. VRA still trying to find support. Bouncing. Let's get this moving. Oh man. So much consolidation, so much AB basing. I'm sick of reading AB bases. I've been reading AB bases on multiple time frames, large and small, for the past 400 plus days. Or not 400 days. Maybe 200 days, 150 days. And I'm so tired of it. I want to read impulsive price action again. Oh man. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Let's look at crypto bubbles, see what's going on. Crypto bubbles are not real time. Okay, they're I don't know what time frame these are on. Either they're from the future or from the past, but I feel like they don't accurately reflect what's going on in the market. Yeah. Anyway, I don't think much is going to change given that their timing is off. Okay. I've got about 5 more minutes, then I gotta go. Okay, good. Thanks, JY. I appreciate it. Nobody told me. Let me just peek and see what this setting's at, so I make a mental note. So this is minus 32.3. Minus 32.3. Okay. So, got it. Minus 32.3. Alright, is this our bounce? Alright, that's 1 degree right here. And then this is boom. And then we start over. And it goes ad infinitum. But I think, like, you know, it's just important to be able to count 2 degrees. I used to say 3. And I understand why I used to say 3. But I think, for all intents and purposes, counting 2 degrees of consolidation reversal, AB basing, and then expecting for it to just happen over and over and over again. I don't know if that makes sense, but basically, I'm trying to illustrate this. I think if you just read the first 2 degrees, you're good. And then the rest, you just kind of expect it to happen. You don't get surprised if price doesn't move immediately after it. That's just my way of doing it and seeing it now. But I used to try and kind of nail, and I studied the charts and the markets and try to see exactly how many degrees of AB basing happened. Like, I thought it was 3, I thought it was 4 at certain points, and then I was like, well, it looks like that asset only put in 2, and that asset put in 3, and that asset put in 4, and so on and so forth. Now I just say, on a relatively high time frame, or whatever time frame I'm trading, I need to see 2, and then just wait. Dodo, okay. Oh, Dodo hit our phi ratio? Almost, but pretty much, yeah. Seems to have bounced off of it. Okay. So yeah, that's degree number 2 in this small time frame, in this hourly time frame. And that's degree 1, and then that's degree 2, something like that. Something like that. Come on, Bitcoin. Stop teasing us. And we have to do other things. Today's my house cleaning. Oh, you're in the... Oh, you think this is a wave 4? Oh, yeah, I remember you saying that. You think this is a wave 4. Yeah. You left a comment the other day. Yeah, no. I'm all in on the double zigzag. And, yeah. But, yeah, we'll see. So, you, if I recall, you think it's going to go up, and so you think we're going to go up to complete wave 4 and then drop down? So, sorry, I'm not reading his comment. JY says, patiently waiting for that FOMO 5th wave. That's what I was responding to. Come on. ETH doing? Okay. All right, now you bounced. Go. What are you waiting for? Go, 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 go. Up, 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 up. Go up. I'm trying to push it up. I'm doing my part, guys. I'm doing my part. I'm trying to push price up. Right? I'm not gonna buy anymore because I'm out of ammo. I'm out of ammo. No more USDT, at least for now. Come on, come on, come on. Interesting. Sometimes you're like, I look at charts and I start counting waves immediately, and sometimes I'm like, no, stop. Like, this is hurting my head. I just looked at this and I'm like, I wanted to click off because I instinctively start counting corrective waves. But I'm just seeing a nice rounded bottom, and it's nice for reversal. Yeah, that was definitely capitulative right here. Nice capitulative volume right there. As I said, this is one big 333 complex correction. I think that's good for reversal. Okay, ETH, come on. Come on, buddy. Let's go. And tell your friend Bitcoin, or I think you're friends. It's time to go. I'm not babysitting this anymore. And I gotta go in a bit. Alright, let's go in 5 minutes. 5 minutes. So 5 more minutes. We'll see. It'd just be cool to share the pump with you guys, so that's why I'm waiting. Come on. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Alright, Dodo's bouncing a little bit. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of that. Let's clean up the chart. A clean chart is a happy chart. Okay, reserve rights, everybody bounce. Will this be a bear trap? Probably. The way we've been consolidating right here, most people are taught that any consolidation, especially if it takes a while, means continuation. If you don't get a quick bounce up, then it means continuation. That's true except for when you're doing a reversal and you only have, consolidation reversal on a high time frame once in a trend. And that's the trick. You have to correctly identify where that consolidation reversal is going to be. Else, they're correct. It's just consolidation for continuation. All right, could this be it? Is this the one? What I'm waiting for? Come on. Cardano. Let's go on the 15-minute time frame. What are we doing on the hourly? And we want to see big volume. Right? Because that is confirmation. You want to see big volume. It doesn't have to happen immediately, but the volume has to come in for this to really be what we're waiting for like, you know, those assets that are not yet in trend, you know. Waiting for big volume. I just want to go in the higher time frames to look at what this looks like. Oh, look at that. Do you see that? I don't know if I already pointed this out, but if I haven't. 4 hourly time frame, Dodo, strong bullish divergence. Strong AF. Look at that. And it's confirmed. You see that? You got the cross right here. That's on the 4 hourly time frame. Big moves. And you also have it right here. So you have it twice, but it kind of played out here. So let's not look at this one. Let's look at this one. So here's exactly what I'm showing. That's the pitch. That's strong. That's really strong. And that's a pumper. Potential pumper. Okay. Back to the 15-minute time frame. Because that's how we roll. Is it time for me to go yet? I got 2 minutes. Guys, don't forget to like the stream. I forget to like my own streams. I don't know if it helps or not. At the end of the day, I don't really care. I just, you know, just want my positions to play out. And that's it. This is just for fun anyway. Yeah, I don't get anything from YouTube. I get my money straight from the markets. Alright, let's see. Is anything moving? Alright, Sheep. You gonna move? Who's gonna move? Dodo, are you gonna move? Who's gonna move? Cardano, are you gonna move? Litecoin, you're already kind of established. Bitcoin, what are you doing? Let's go. We don't have all day. XRP, let's go. We don't have all day. Ethereum, let's go. Who's gonna move first? Come on, who's going to move first? Veracity, come on. You see that bullish engulfing candle? Although it's wicked out. That's bullish engulfing. Because you basically broke the high. You made a higher high. That's an initial break of structure. That's an A wave right there. Alright. It doesn't seem like it's happening in the next 2 minutes, and I gotta go. Guys, it's been a pleasure. Much love. Great luck. Hopefully, you know, you've caught this bounce, this pump. You're well positioned. You're in, you know, even if you don't think it's going to go up immediately, you have some spot exposure to Bitcoin under 20K. I mean, it'd be a crime not to, right? So, yeah, that's it for me. Guys, have a great evening, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.